Om Tat Sat. My humble prostrations to the all-pervading energy, also known as Brahman or God, to my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, to all the sages and saints of this world, and to each of you divine souls watching this satsang. Today we will be studying Sutra number 22 from the Sadhana Pad of the Raja Yoga Sutras of Patanjali Maharaj. Commentary by my worshipful Guru, Swami Jyotirmayananda ji, and narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. So Sutra number 22, let's repeat it together. Kritarthe prati nashtam apyanashtam tadanya sadharanatvat. Let's repeat. Kritarthe prati nashtam apyanashtam tadanya sadharanatvat. So Kritartham prati means for the soul that attained liberation. So that rare soul, like my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda ji, who is a liberated sage. Nashtam is destroyed. Api, yet anashtam, not destroyed. Tat, that. Anya sadharanatvat, because it is sadharanatvat, because it is common to others. So what this sutra is meaning that though destroyed for him who has attained liberation, Prakriti is not yet destroyed for others because it is common to them. Let me explain this better. Sun is only one, for example. There is only for our solar system. This energy from the sun is huge and very powerful, but yet we have the rays from the sun and the reflection in a jar of water. You can see the sun inside the jar of water, and there can be many jars of water. In each jar there is a different reflection of the sun, and it depends on the clarity of the water. If the water is very dirty, the reflection of the sun will not be clear, and in areas where the water is very pure and clean, the reflection is totally clear, and where the water is totally dried out, for example, there is no water, there would be no reflection of the sun there. So it's pretty simple for us to understand, and what Sage Patanjali is trying to explain to us, that those of us who are able to completely dry out that reflection, therefore we realize we are not the rays, we are not the shaking sun in a jar of water. We are the sun, we are the ray, and therefore the sun. So those who realize it from this example, of course you have to do a lot of work to get there through your intuitive intellect, through your sadhana and so on, but this is what the mystery is, that at that point Prakriti no longer can have its hold on you. So Prakriti is the common property of all the souls, every one of them, that's combined consciousness, if you will. While souls that attain liberation no longer have any need for Prakriti, others that are not yet liberated need the sustenance of Prakriti for spiritual evolution and ultimate freedom. That is the reason why the Prakriti continues. Not everybody gets liberated. So those are the souls who have eventually figured this process out and who have jumped out of the hoop. The rest of the people will keep on going up and down in this process of evolution, or the recycling, if you will, the reincarnation process. So according to Raja Yoga philosophy, Prakriti is beginningless and eternal, and it is said to be destroyed when the soul is liberated, because it is no longer needed. That is what Sage Patanjali is also explaining, that Prakriti is illusory, and the intuitive vision of a sage tears this veil of illusion. How? By seeing the Brahman or the Absolute as the non-dual reality. There is no other duality, only the Self, only God. So think of it another way. Think of your dream. When you are dreaming and you are sleeping and a dream pops up, it is very real for you. At that point, you are experiencing pleasure and pain. You are going through the dream experience. But when you wake up, you immediately say, oh, it was a dream, and you don't worry about it anymore. Much in the same manner, when you wake up from the world process, think of that process as enlightenment. At that point, the dream by itself does not have any existence. And this is what sage Patanjali is trying to explain to us. It's basically like the snake and the rope experience. He says, just as the illusion of seeing a snake in a rope, right? You are seeing a rope, but you think it's a snake. The snake vanishes when the light is brought. In the same way, Prakriti vanishes when the Brahman is realized. So while you are thinking that the rope is a snake, it might as well be a snake, because all your experiences and everything you're going through is that you have seen a snake. And then a guru or somebody points the light and shows you that's not a snake, it's just a rope. Immediately you are relieved, and therefore you are illumined and no longer afraid. So these differences in philosophical views are maintained to help aspirants in their different levels of evolution. So for example, how long will you think it's a snake? As long as it remains dark. So each person will evolve according to their own evolution and their own effort and their own journey of their soul. I hope you are enjoying these sutras and the wisdom from sage Patanjali and my Guruji, and hopefully I'm making these simple enough as much as I can to make sure I can explain these complex principles, sutras. This is deep knowledge, and please send me comments or let me know if you like it, and if you are finding these videos helpful, let me know that as well. And if you can share these videos with other spiritual aspirants. This is deep wisdom from our Vedic philosophy, Vedic literature, Sanatana Dharma, time immemorial. And in this Kali Yuga, in this day and age where everybody is stressed, not many people are using this very wisely or very well. So it's my humble attempt to take this deep knowledge from the wisdom of sages and saints from centuries, and from the way our Guru has explained it in such beautiful, simple terms, to try to share this knowledge freely with one and all. Hope that's it.